Walt Disney's Aladdin. This movie was phenomenal. I would say it's an A tier. It is one of the better Disney movies that you're going to see, and it's one of the old hand drawn, hand painted animations that are very hard to find. This is the 2019 re release on DVD, and it has no disc art, so there's that. But overall, it was very good. The one thing I would say is that it looks like it has been hit by CGI just to touch it up in some areas, and I don't know if that hurts it, but it does not feel genuinely 100% hand drawn. So I'm gonna have to actually go back and try to find one on VHS that has not been retouched and see how the original hand drawing of this movie is, because this movie was pretty good and I really enjoyed it. It had some of the best songs, some of the better songs in Disney movies, very memorable. The thing that really sold me was the whole new world song. That once I saw that and saw the like the animation for that whole scene, I was like, "Oh my God, this thing is this is cool. This is really phenomenal." Also, inside inside the lion that is, or tiger that is filled with treasures, um there's a scene with the magic carpet where they're going through like lava and everything like that, and it just looks so freaking cool. It was almost like a kind of like a Star Wars scene on a magic carpet, and just the concept of a magic carpet was very unique, and the movie was just overall pretty damn special. And this came out in 1992. So I am shocked that this movie was this good in 1992. This probably was, well, it kind of was like the peak, almost the peak of Disney was in the early 90s, like 1990s to 96 possibly, or 2000, maybe up to 2000, but that was like peak Disney movies in that time. And you get so many good movies there, and you also get re-releases. So it's just it was a major time for Disney in that time. For those that don't know the story, Aladdin is a poor street rat. Now, in the movie they call him a street rat. So he's constantly being called a street rat. He's like a poor person that steals food to live. And he has a little monkey called Apu or Abu, whatever. And they steal food and they steal treasures and stuff like that, but mainly they steal food, right? And there are guards that are after Aladdin in the beginning of the movie. And what we don't know yet is that Jafar, the right hand man of the Sultan, or like the king of wherever they're at, is gathering these street rats and condemning them to death. Like what he's doing is he's getting a bunch of street rats that are guilty of petty crimes, like stealing a loaf of bread or stealing an apple, stupid stuff like that, and then he's charging them and putting them to death. But in reality, is what he's doing is he's putting them in a dungeon and then taking the street rat into the desert to open up the treasure, the lion treasure. It's like a lion or a tiger that opens its mouth, and you can go inside there and get one treasure. Um, but he tried it with so many street rats that as soon as they step on the tiger will kill it and eat it and destroy it and then go back into the desert. So the reason why the tiger did this was because the tiger was looking for someone that is a diamond in the rough. The tiger only lets in treasure inside itself. So for a human to go inside the tiger that's full of treasures, or to be allowed there without dying, that person has to be a diamond in the rough. And so they caught Aladdin for stealing bread, and Jafar sentenced him to death. And this is while he met Jasmine, right? And she was the princess of the Sultan. And I guess Jafar, the bad guy, um, he locked up Aladdin, and he sentenced him to death. And but he actually took him to the desert to test out the thing to see if he's a diamond in the rough, right? And sure enough, Aladdin makes it inside the tiger without getting killed, and then he goes to get the magic lamp for Jafar. So that's basically the premise of the story. And then they get the magic lamp, and they get a magic carpet, and the adventure ensues. The thing that really made this movie one of the greatest movies that I've ever seen was the two scenes, was the one with the magic carpet, both scenes with magic carpet on there, in the inside the tiger, and also the one where they sing the Whole New World song. That shit was pretty epic right there. So I would say, because of those two scenes, this movie is an A tier. So you definitely want this in your collection. I reviewed some other Disney movies, and I think I reviewed Bambi and Dumbo, and Bambi was pretty unique, but it was not as fun as Aladdin. And Dumbo was kind of special, but it was a little bit racist. This one's kind of racist also, um, but it's more subtle, and you won't know unless you really pay attention. But that's just the nature of the beast. So it's a really good movie. Definitely recommend you buy it and own it. Try to get a VHS copy and watch it on VHS, because the 2019 release, they come out with releases every year, so these things are flooded. The market is flooded with this garbage. Well, not garbage, but like these DVDs, 4Ks. You can get them in 4K, you can get them in VHS. The market is just flooded with Disney products, and so you shouldn't pay too much for a Disney product. Um, but try to get the VHS and see how the animation is there, because it kind of looks like they touched it up a lot with CGI on this one. And I want the authentic hand drawn. I want to see the authentic hand drawn and photographed animation, so I can see exactly how they made it. Also, this movie has surprisingly more fan service than the movie Black Widow with Scarlett Johansson, the Marvels movie. And I was shocked by that a Disney movie has more fan service than a damn Marvel movie about female assassins. So there's that. So they were not afraid to show a little bit of sensual stuff in this movie at all. So, and this is a kids movie, so Marvel needs to loosen up and show more fan service and stop filming above the waist, because it's just too conservative, and it just looks too conservative. So that's my review on Aladdin.